And this example is meant to help you with problems 11 through 26, and it's factoring by grouping. And so the first thing that I want you guys to notice is we could split this up into two groups. So this would be one, and that would be the other. So I'm going to write them out separately. We have 12p cubed minus 12p squared plus 28p minus 49. In the notes, I used parentheses to show how these were separate, but it's the same thing as using spacing. It's just that mathematicians would never use spacing, but you get the idea. I want to separate them apart, okay? On this first one, with the 12p cubed p squared, if we write this out just to illustrate, we see that both of them have a 12, and both of them have two p's. And this first term actually has an extra p. But that means that we can take out a 12 and two p's from both of them. So there's my 12 and my p squared. Okay, so I divided that out, and if we look at what's left, here there's a p left, and here we see that there's nothing left. And when we're dividing and multiplying, remember that the way we write nothing is to say 1, and it would be negative because of that negative there. Okay, so p minus 1 is fine. If it helps you to think that there would actually be times 1 over there, and that's why there's a 1 left, you can use that. Okay, so now we have our first set, and now we're going to go over here to the second set, and we don't share any p's. Oops. Okay, my computer is angry with me. I don't know what I did. Okay, so, wow, hold on, I'm sorry. I don't feel like redoing this video. Okay, so this guy has a p, this guy doesn't, so p's are not coming out. If we look at the 28 and the 49, what can we divide both of those numbers by? And the answer is 7. So that's what we're dividing this out by. Okay, when you divide out a 7, from here you end up with a 4 left, and that p didn't go anywhere. And when you divide out a 7 here, you end up with 7 left. Okay, and so we end up with that. And if you notice, this term is not like this term. Nothing is the same, and so this is basically our answer. Okay, and on the assignment, I asked you to pick 5 questions from 11 through 26. So you're on your honor now. If you chose 16, you don't get to use that one as one of your 5. So pick a different 5. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do one more problem like this for you guys. This is number 24. Again, you don't get to count this as one of your 5 if you watched this video, because then you don't get to practice as much, okay? So once again, I'm going to separate these two things. My pen is attacking my computer. Sorry. So there's one, and then our second one is over here. I look like I have a neurological disorder. Anyway, you see that I separated it with a plus, and then that minus went with the 21b, and then it also went with the 12, okay? So if we look at this first term here, if we think about what number can we divide 28 and 16 by, and the answer is 4, okay? And then here we have 3 v's, and here we have 2 v's, so that means we have at least 2 v's we can take out. We can divide them out. So let's look at what's left in here. When we divide out a 4 from the 28, we get 7. And when we take out v squared from v cubed, we have 1 v left. And then here, if we divide by 4, we get 4. And the v squareds all went outside. So that's the end of that. Okay. Over here, we want to think about what can we divide negative 12 by and negative 21 by. And so you would see that the answer is negative 3. Notice that I took the negative with it. So I'm going to put negative 3. We don't have any v's to donate over here with the negative 12. So negative 21 divided by negative 3 is a positive 7. So that's important. And then negative 12 divided by negative 3 is a positive 4. That's important. So let's write this whole thing, hopefully less shaky looking. So if you notice, both of these terms have 7b plus 4. That means we have another greatest common factor. So I'm going to divide out 7b plus 4, and remember, when I do that, it means write it off to the side and put parentheses. And if we look at this term, when we take out that 7b plus 4, we have a 4b squared left. And then when we take out this 7b plus 4, we have a negative 3 left. So this would be our final answer. So if we refer back to the first example, in this case these two were different, and so that's as far as you can go. That's it. But then on the other hand, these two are the same, and so we could actually take it an extra step and divide out again to simplify it even more. Okay?